I do love fireflies, and maybe it's because of my memory of chasing fireflies as a child, but that idea of everybody coming together for a single purpose. Everybody knows why you're there. And this idea that people aren't yelling at each other or complaining about the way you're doing something. It's just a joyful, creative time. And this is what I try to create with the teams that I work with.
I loved it. It was simple, it was straightforward. You gave us an action plan that we could go back and teach others. I know everybody at Macy's would use this. I think I could use this with lots of groups, including my own group for sure. I particularly like the steps and how simple it was to follow.
At a time of scarcity of resources, and all of you know this as well as I do, we have limited money, limited budgets, limited people. But we don't have to have limited aspirations. We can think big and think targeted. Because I promise you, burnout comes from worries that are just swarming around in your mind. And you feel that you have no control over them. And what I'm going to do is give you back the control you always had, but maybe got distracted by and lost sight of. I've been in conferences like this where you're sitting there and somebody is telling you what you already know, but my hope is for you that what I'm going to help you to do is to remind yourself of what you really want. What's most important to you? What are the problems that you can control or influence? And it's like, why not? Why wouldn't you want to tell them this is outside of scope? Or we've only got this much budget, or that's important, but it's not a priority for this coming year. You've got to explain that up front and the rationale for why that decision was made. Because you know what, if anybody's just told that and they're not told why, it causes frustration versus understanding. And you'll get compliance, but you won't get commitment. I want you to collaborate, because just like they say, 2 heads are better than 1, 3 heads are actually better than 2. So form small groups of 2 or 3 and share that one idea that you really like, but you think it's going to be tough to do, and see if you can give each other ideas. Because the benefit of individual brainstorming is followed by really powerful group brainstorming. And how many of you have a beautifully bound strategic plan with a great, title on the side of it? You got the company logo on there, and everybody sees it, and as soon as it's done, it goes up on the shelf. And you don't build commitment at the end after the plan is done when you hand it to them and say, now go do this. You build commitment throughout the entire process. People work better when they get to see their fingerprints on something. And like I said, that builds commitment versus compliance to just getting it done. Over the next 45 minutes, remind you and reveal 3 simple tools that you can use to get focused, get creative, and to get moving. You ready to get started?